Coming up on episode 180 of Creative Writing, I'm encouraging you to share your voice.
I can't go back to sleep, it's almost light. These restless thoughts have kept me up again tonight.
Hello and welcome to Creative Writing. This is the podcast for you, an author who wants to sell more books without being smarmy. I'm your host, Kirsten Oliphant, and I'm so glad you're here, whether this is your first or 180th time listening to the podcast. Things might sound a little bit odd over here. We're still in the middle of renovations. My room is getting echoier and echoier. Yes, that's a real word. And my husband might be sawing. Someone's sawing across the street. So if you hear any of that, just bear with me. We are also in a very unprecedented time. The last time I recorded 2 weeks ago, the coronavirus was sort of just a bunch of memes and news from across the world from where I'm currently living. And now we're all in self-isolation or social distancing. Various parts of the world are completely shut down. It's I'm still sort of in denial and shock that this is where we are. So I debated about what even to do for the podcast episode. I'm sort of, I've got 5 kids at home from school. I'm trying to figure out life inside these walls while paying attention to life outside these walls. And it's just a really interesting time. But I sat down this morning and had some thoughts that I wanted to share with you guys. Normally, as you may know, if you've been a listener, I stick to very practical things and kind of avoid the woo-woo, mindset a little bit and some of the things that feel a little bit fluffier to me. I'm all about action. But today is going to be woo to the power of woo. And I'm not even apologizing for it. So during this time, I want to encourage you guys that somebody out there needs your voice. Someone needs your voice, your specific voice. Maybe it's not millions of people. Maybe it's just one. Maybe it's a handful. Maybe there's not going to be any glory in it. Maybe you're not ever going to know the person who needs to hear your voice, who's impacted by your message, by your words. You may never even know, but somebody needs your voice. So during this time, I want to encourage you to speak into the void, to speak into the weirdness of what we're currently going through, this unprecedented time in our lifetime. Let your voice go out, whether that's in stories that you're writing, in books, blog posts, Instagram stories, podcasts, live videos, whatever the way is. And right now it's probably digital, not in person. Let your voice be heard. So how, in the time of isolation, can you let your voice be heard? And I've been really encouraged by some creative ways that I've seen people just making use of the tools that they have to do this. I've seen writers offering free classes, like Sean Smucker is offering a writing class for young people ages 12 to 16. Musicians are live streaming free concerts. Artists are doing free drawing classes. Zoos are doing live animal interactions. There's all kinds of live videos and things that people are doing through Facebook, through Instagram, through Zoom conferencing, all of these things. It doesn't have to be free either. I've seen a lot of people offering free things, which are fantastic. But during this time, we all also can still make money from the things that we're doing. So if you're still charging for things, don't feel guilty about that either. If you're able to offer something for free or a discount, that's fantastic. But I think we're all a little bit on edge here. So it doesn't mean that because we're in a crisis that you have to offer something free or that you should feel guilty if you're not discounting your goods and services. We all do still need to make a living, and it's okay. It's okay to make money from your creative work. Whether it's free, whether it's paid, however you're getting it out there in the world, there's someone who needs your voice. Someone needs your story, your expertise, your help. But here's the thing. You need to be fed also. Do you have an anchor? Do you have a well that you're drinking from? I don't talk about it often on the podcast, but I have before that I'm a Christian, and that's not the kind of podcast I have, is one where I'm talking a lot about faith. But during this time, that is my anchor. And so I'm just sharing that here. God is a very firm anchor for me. And in the different years of my life, I have gone through dark times of doubt. I've been hurt by Christian people, by the church. I've looked around and wondered, how in the world could there be a God in charge of all of this chaos here? But through the years, through time, God has been an anchor, a faithful anchor, even when I have not been. What is your anchor? What is holding you fast? What is holding you up? What is the foundation that's giving you strength right now? And in addition to that, where is the well that you're drinking from to feed your creative soul? I want to encourage you to really consider those things, your anchor and then the well you're drinking from. Drink long and drink deep, my friends, because this is a time full of trials. It's a time where I think we're all a little bit on edge, maybe a lot on edge. We're all very uncertain. We need an anchor and we need a well. Don't lose yourself. Don't lose your creativity, but don't lose yourself in this. Find your anchor, drink deep from the well, and then speak into the world in whatever medium, in whatever way, free, paid, live videos, podcast episodes, books, stories, whatever way you can connect virtually and get your voice out into the world. Don't think that in the midst of this chaos, you should be quiet. Don't think that there's no point in doing this. Don't think that the world has changed so much. How could I possibly talk about this other subject other than the coronavirus and what's going on in the world? You can also talk about that, but don't think because that's going on that people are not looking for other things to feed their souls as well. And you might be that well for them. So speak your words, your voice, your message. Someone out there needs that. And this is really a short episode for me. Obviously way more woo-woo than my typical practical things, but I feel like it's vitally important that we continue to adapt, continue to feed ourselves, and also in turn feed others. So I want you to know that your message is important, and you may never have the full validation that comes from that. You may never have a 6-figure thing. You may never have 10,000 followers somewhere. You may never see the fruit, but it could be growing in secret places. And I assure you that it is. I assure you that your voice matters. And so right now in this time of just feeling like the world has gone a bit mad, don't stop speaking and don't stop hanging onto your anchor and feeding yourself from that well. With that said, I hope that you guys are safe. I hope that you're okay. You can hang out in the creative community on Facebook, where we're not doing doom and gloom over there. We're keeping things positive and encouraging. And I hope that's a well for you as well as whatever your other well is. How many more times can I say well in this sentence? Join us over in there at creativewriting.com/community to find some fellowship and camaraderie with other creatives like yourself. If you want to get my weekly emails, you can sign up for those at creativewriting.com/quickfix. I'm going to be keeping you guys up to date with whatever I hear, whatever things I can find that are encouraging your creative soul. And I really do mean this, that I hope that you continue to find ways, maybe even new ways, to speak out into the chaos and let your voice, your story, your message, your words be heard. Thank you to Jasmine Commerce of JasmineCommerceMusic.com for the music for this show. Now, it's time to go out, create content that you love, and serve your people well.